yourself muted if there is a lot of noise around you and you're not able to, communicate properly. It's fine, no problem at all. I would suggest you sit in an environment that you can actually conduct the class, you can actually take it without any problems. But if there's a problem, keep yourself muted. I don't mind at all. All right. Since the speaking module is almost over, there is only maybe a revision class left. Our practices will focus mostly on the parts that you have most trouble with. For example, part 2. Please forgive me, my throat is still not completely healed. I could not take your classes last week because I couldn't speak. I was literally mute for a few days. My tonsil was very angry. So if there is a problem with my voice projection, let me know. I'm trying to talk as loudly as possible. All right, let's start. The ones that are willing to participate, please raise your hand. What we're going to focus on today is part 2. All right, I will show you a topic. You will take notes for 1 minute, and then I'll ask you to speak. And then I will give you feedback on your speech. All right. For your own benefit, I would ask you to participate. It doesn't matter how bad you think you are. I can promise you there's always someone worse. That's a bad way to compare, but what I can also promise you that I will help you get better. Please speak up, please practice. This is for your own benefit. You're taking Ielts in maybe a couple months, so you need all the practice that you could get. I only see one hand. There is an option, hand raise. If you want to participate, please raise your hand. I will ask you, okay? And the ones that do not want to participate, please do, all right? It's for your benefit. This practice class is for your benefit, all right? There's one announcement I also want to make that Nafisapo has asked me to make previously, is that if you want extra help, some extra lessons, there is Nafisapo's number in the chat box. Please let her know that you want some extra writing practice, extra speaking practice, and you're able to come to the office and talk to us. Let her know. Let's begin. I only see 2 hands. No one else is willing to participate. No one else is willing. Can you hear me? Can you hear?
মাঝে মধ্যে ভিডিওটা বেজে যায়, মানে কথা শোনা যাচ্ছে বাট আপনার মুভমেন্টটা থাকে না। একটু নেটিভ প্রবলেম।
Net problem. Let me switch to my phone's hotspot. My Wi-Fi might be acting up. Just give me 1 moment. I will switch to my phone's hotspot. Just give me 1 moment. All right. Can I be heard and seen clearly now?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
If there is any problem, let me know. All right. There are only 2 hands. No one else is willing to participate right now.
Ma'am,
Yes? I can hear a lot of noises around someone. Keep yourself muted if you're not talking, it's fine. All right? Now, let's begin for real this time. I will show you a topic. You will have 1 minute to prepare and then 2 minutes to speak on it. Okay? Masum Billah sir, Masum Rahman sir, Imtiaz Hussain sir, and Fazul Karim. The regulars. These are my regulars. The others, you can also practice. Huh? You can also practice. You should practice. You can see how these people practice and then you can do the same. All right? It's for your win. Now, let me show you the screen. Masum Billah sir, Masum Rahman sir, Fazul Karim sir. All 3 of you will take notes. All 3 of you will speak on the same topic. All right? One by one. Let me show you the topic. Here's your topic. Your 1 minute for note taking begins now. All right. Your 1 minute is up. Now you speak for 2 minutes. We will begin with Masum Billah sir. Can you turn on your video? Okay. Please begin.
well, now I'd like to describe about I have learned one thing last week. Basically, I'm very enthusiastic to learn anything. Even I am always searching one place to another place, what is new that can this can help me, to develop my career. Anyway, last week I have learned how to develop the website. I'm very passionate from an ages to learn developing website, because it is very a renowned profession throughout the world. Even those who are developer and or co-developer, they are given higher value in the job market. Even the job market is giving lots of priorities to that. From this sense, this situation impressed me a lot to learn smoothly. Not only that, but honestly saying, it is quite difficult because it takes long time to absorb all things. But I have been learning it. Even it seems to me it will take up to 2 or 3 months to recover all things. But currently, I think I'm in easy positions what I have learned. And generally, it is very beneficial for me because if I can go up the whole things in my own way by this time, inshallah, I will be benefited tremendously for the career development in the long run. And, and, yeah. Furthermore, uh, career in order to bright future, in order to get bright future, actually definitely there should have some effort as well as lots of enthusiasm, passion as well. So from this sense, actually whole
All
things
right.
are involved.
Thank you very much. Acha. I will give you your feedback after we are done. Huh? All three are done. Okay. You can turn off your video. Thank you. Masum Rahman sir, can you turn on your video? All right. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Please.
Hello?
Yes.
May I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Can you keep the phone propped somewhere?
I have no stand, so it's a very unfortunately. I need to stand my hand in my phone.
All right. Please begin.
Okay. First of all, thank you to give me opportunity to talk about something you have learned. So first of all, in my life, the life is the full of processing of the learning. So it is a continuous process. So in my life, I have learned a lot of things. And now I am going to share things that I learned last year in which is the bike riding. And and it was last year, and it was bike riding, how to ride the bike, because I cannot I couldn't ride in bicycle bike in a couple of past year. So but I was too much interested to ride this bike. So one of my friend I talk with them, and he was interested to learn me the how to ride bicycle. First of all, when I think the bicycle how to ride, and I think it was easy. But when I ride it the first time, that was not easy. uh, my friend who learned me the all of rules, how to start the bike, and how to stop, how to control the all of the things. And then he was behind me and start to write. And first of all, I think it was a very difficult thing. But after few days when I practice continue this process, I think it was I
All
overcome
right.
my
Thank you
fairness.
very much. That will be all.
Okay, thank you.
You can turn off your head. Okay. Just a moment. Okay. Now, Fazlul Goin sir, can you turn on your audio and video?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am, I am ready.
All right. Please begin.
Learning is a continuous process, and I have been learning since my childhood, and also at present time I am also learning. But here I like to talk about things that I learned 10 to 12 years ago, and the things was computer. And at that time I admitted a institute for learning this, and I have learning different kind of program from there. For example, Microsoft Office, such as Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, Photoshop, and AutoCAD, and so on. And uh, it was first time when I was learning this computer. It was more difficult for me, and I remember well. And first couple of day, I feel more pain on both all of my finger and hand. And but after that, I adjust with this situation and with that. And after learning this computer, I feel more better and more comfortable and more relaxed, because I this helped me in different purpose, such as my educational purpose and also earning purpose. And when I was an undergraduate student in my university, I made my presentation by using PowerPoint, and I made my note by using Microsoft Word, and also I am using the Excel program for keeping account for my shop. And, and also by using this computer at present, I am earning money because I can able to compose different kind of writing, like such
Right.
as a
Thank you
letter
very much.
application. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That would be the end of your part two. All right. You can turn off your camera and microphone. Asha. Let's start with Masum Billah, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
All right. First thing you need to improve is your pronunciation, sir. I think I have told you this before, right?
Yes.
Have you done some practice on that?
Actually, I practice not much that, but I practiced because of
I don't
lack
need
of
to
partnership.
practice a little more because I have one copy for feedback, and I can see that I've given you pronunciation before. The fact that you need to practice your pronunciation much more, I've said that. Acha. Self-correction. What you do is you start saying something, you realize what you're saying is wrong, and then you start again from the beginning. So self-correction is something that will take away your marks. Huh. And mumbling is something all three of you suffer from, more or less. All three of you need to focus on mumbling. Huh. Acha. At one point, Maksum Billah sir, I think you ran out of ideas. Huh. You didn't know what you were going to speak about, or you were trying to think, rack your brain for something to talk about. I think it's around 1 minute 41 seconds. So how many notes did you take?
7.
7 should be enough, but I think you're trailing off toward the end. So maybe some more sentences or some expansion on the points that you've already written down. Maybe if you can talk about them some more, then you wouldn't run out of ideas toward the end. It will be smooth. Your ending will also be as smooth as when you began. Huh? So maybe that could be an idea. Acha. Simple complex compound. Your use of conjunctions. Your use of linkers is good. You're using various linkers, but your use of conjunctions needs a little more practice. Take it. You should be able to form complex compound sentences without much effort. All right. So that could be something that you can practice or you can focus on. So pronunciation, correct pronunciation, sir, is one of the criteria for speaking. So I would suggest you focus on practicing that one. Huh? Your fluency is good. I understand you. Your coherence is fine. You're talking about, you're covering all the points. Just some things here and there. Pronunciation, grammatical range and accuracy, your range of structures, simple, complex, compound. And there's one more, complex compound. complex and compound in one sentence. You don't need that right now, but if you can bring some variety in your sentence structures, then that will be really good. Acha. You should get a 6 to 6.5, but not more than that. You should get a 6 for this. You should get a 6 for this. What is your target, by the way? What is your requirement?
From speaking, I should get 7.
Then you need more.
Overall 6.5.
Then you need more work. Then you need more work. Pronunciation can give you a lot of marks if you can pronounce the correct way. The accepted dictionary pronunciation, not any accent, correct pronunciation according to Oxford Dictionary, Cambridge Dictionary, even American dictionaries, Merriam-Webster, it's fine. But correct pronunciation is important. Try to practice that. Listen more, try to speak with them. All right? Any questions?
Madam, listening করতেছি তো প্রবলেমটা হচ্ছে যে সময় বলি বা প্র্যাকটিস করি ওই টোনটা আসছে চায় না ওইভাবে ইমপ্রুভ দেওয়া হয় না হয়তো আমার মানে কনসেন্ট্রেশন যে আমার স্পিক স্লো হোক বা ট্রাই টু স্পিক অ্যাজ লাইক অ্যাজ ব্রিটিশ ট্রাই ওই চেষ্টাটা আমার একটু অভাব আছে
How do you practice speaking like them?
Basically, whenever I speak to someone, by this time I do not care about the pronunciation, right pronunciation. This is the main thing.
There is one way you can try. Do you have access to something that shows you subtitles? Netflix, Prime.
There are many things. I mean, YouTube, I can get subtitles.
Excellent. So when your YouTube subtitles are sometimes quite faulty, YouTube subtitles are not always accurate. All right. So I would suggest Netflix or some streaming site that has a good reputation, even if it's a free streaming site. So what I want you to do is turn on the subtitles, read them, and say it with the characters. When they say something, the subtitles appear on the screen. Say it with them.
Okay.
Say it with them. Do it again and again. All right? So you can actually match their pronunciation, their pitch, their speed. That way you can learn. Okay? If it's too fast, slow it down. Normal speed, take it, slow it down. From 1, turn it to 0.75 speed. Okay? That's a good practice for speaking, for pronunciation. Okay? Try that. Now, Master Mohammed sir.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
All right. First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about my topic in this platform. That's presentation introduction. Do not say that in Ielts. In Ielts, you don't need this kind of introduction. You just start by addressing the topic. Today, I'm going to talk about something that I learned. That's a general introduction. That's all right. Won't give you too many marks, but it will. It's an okay introduction. Start with that. That will be fine.
Okay.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Okay.
Or starting in a general way that doesn't help your marks. Just start with the topic. Achha. And this kind of introduction, the general introduction that you gave, it took you 34 seconds to mention the topic. Whatever you learned, bike riding, it took you 34 seconds. Too long. Too long. So try to address the topic within the first 10 to 15 seconds, maximum 15 seconds. You should start with this. There can be some sort of smart introduction.
Hello.
Yes, Master, can you hear me?
Sorry, my connection was lost a few minutes ago. I connect right now. So sorry, pardon me, and speak from the first.
Let me repeat. Introductions are not necessary. You start with
Okay.
the topic.
Okay.
Took you 34 seconds
Okay.
to mention the topic. You said bike riding. It took you 34 seconds, too long.
Okay.
You should be addressing the topic within the first 10 to 15 seconds maximum. Okay? Don't take too long. Mumbling. You mumble a lot. You have to work on your fluency. And piece of advice. Accent is secondary. Mandatory is whether you can talk fluently, coherently, without noticeable effort. And
Okay.
if the examiner realizes that you're trying to force an accent, that will be counter effect. Instead of getting good marks for pronunciation, you'll get less marks for trying to force an accent.
Okay.
So you use a lot of fillers like you mumble a lot. That should be worked on. Your fluency and your introduction. Correct use of there's a lot of noise on your end, Masood sir. Listen to me. When you need to ask me something, please unmute yourself. Learn me. No one learns you anything. Shekhano hocche teach. Your friend taught you how to ride a bike, not learn you. You learned. ঠিক আছে? নিজে শেখা, that is learning. কেউ শেখানো, that is teaching. So correct use of words. There are some words that I caught that you did not use correctly. One of them was learn and teach. So work on that. Record yourself, listen to yourself.
Okay.
You will be able to hear a lot of mistakes yourself. Your use of and but. Try using other conjunctions. You use and but too much, especially and. You connect sentences, you make sentences, compound sentences with and only. Try to use others. Try to bring some variety. That would help.
Okay.
Also, incorrect use of the article, the. It doesn't go everywhere. I think there is a lesson in common mistakes in IELTS. There's this book, Common Mistakes at IELTS. I think you've been told about it. It has a chapter on the correct use of articles, the especially. Try to read that. If you have the book, great. If you don't, you can download it. It's free. PDF is available online. You can download it and read that chapter. That will help. Okay.
Okay.
Overall, Masood sir, I think you need some more practice. Also, you did not cover the explain part, how you felt about learning this. Why you wanted to learn it, that's a different thing. How you felt about learning this. That's something you had to explain. You did not cover that part. So when you're talking in part 2, you have to cover all the points that you have been given. There won't be too many points, 3 prompt questions and 1 explain part. So 4 to 5 points. But you have to cover all of them. You cannot skip any of them. You have to at least touch all of them.
Okay.
So
Okay.
with that being said, 5 to 5.5, I think you should get a 5.5 for this, but you have a lot to improve. So whatever points I have said, the introduction thing, you have to practice introducing your topic, that part, and using other conjunctions, then and but.
Okay.
These are the things that you should primarily focus on. And your mumbling, try to reduce that as much as possible. All right. Any questions?
Okay. No, ma'am. Thank you so much for feedback. This.
Now, Fazlul Karim sir, can you please Unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Again, general introductions are not acceptable. You start with the topic itself. Learning is a continuous process. The general statements. In IELTS speaking, in part 2, you don't start with general statements. You address the topic. If you want to put an introduction, you can use one sentence maybe, but at the end of it, you have to connect your sentence with the topic. That is a smart introduction. But first, you learn the normal introduction, the basic introduction, addressing your topic right away. It took you 38 seconds to start saying what you learned. Programs such as Microsoft Office and such. 38 seconds is too long. 10 to 15 seconds would be your time when you would address the topic. All right? Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I'm hearing you.
Right. You also have some trouble with mumbling. A lot of trouble with mumbling. You say a lot. You have to reduce that. Fluency is the most important. Fluency and coherence together would be the most important criterion in IELTS speaking. So your coherence is really good. You can relate everything. No complaint there, but your fluency suffers because you say a lot. Your eye contact is good. I think someone distracted you in the middle of your speech, but you just glanced at it. That's a really good thing. Your eye contact is good. Words. I think you should try increasing your vocabulary. You should try learning good vocabulary. Good vocabulary doesn't mean that you have to learn a lot of advanced level words, but using normal words, using basic words in specific context, that would help. Using words more naturally, that would help.
Yes.
You don't have to learn a lot of advanced words, but whatever you know, using them to their fullest potential should be good. You don't learn computer, you learn computer skills. Again, use a word. This is one example of what I'm saying. Your fluency can use some more work because of your pauses and your mumbling. You don't pause, you mumble a lot, but you don't pause. That's a good thing. Whenever you're speaking, I can sometimes see your brows furrowing. I think you do it unintentionally, but it shows that you're putting in a lot of effort to think about what you're saying. That could be bad. You're putting in effort, but it shouldn't show on your face. That's something you could try and work on in front of a mirror when you're speaking, so that you don't show that you're putting in a lot. So this would be a feedback for you.
Yes.
Your first priority is learning the introduction of your topic. How to start speaking in part 2. Again, today I'm going to talk about something that I learned. It's an okay introduction, not very good, not very mark worthy, but it will give you some marks. At least you're starting off with a basic introduction. Starting off with general introduction, decrease your marks.
Yes, that means there is no need for general word.
Absolutely not. You start with the topic.
Topic sentence.
For this topic, good introduction would be, well, last year I remember I learned a skill that I have been using since. It has been a lifesaver, like Microsoft Office skill. This is something that I would tell everyone to learn like I did. This is a good introduction. Doesn't take much. This would be a good introduction, but introduction and then move on to making it a good introduction. You cannot step on good introduction without mastering basic introduction. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me and see me clearly?
Sorry, ma'am.
কথা একটু বেঁচে যায় মাঝে মধ্যে
Yes.
কথা একটু বেঁচে যায় মানে হঠাৎ করে একটু থেমে যায় মানে
Is everyone experiencing this? সবাই কি আমার কথা একটু বেজে যায় বলে মনে হচ্ছে?
হ্যাঁ,
Is everyone
একটু
experiencing
আমার
this?
কাছে মনে হচ্ছে
Please let me know.
বেজে বেজে
No, ma'am.
আসছিল আর কি।
মানে এক্সট্রা
আমার
নয়েজ হচ্ছে কিন্তু আপনার কথা ক্লিয়ার বোঝা যাচ্ছে এক্সট্রা নয়েজ হচ্ছে তাই
আচ্ছা, extra, there is some extra noise, but you
তো
can
আপনার কথা ক্লিয়ার বোঝা যাচ্ছে
আচ্ছা, তাহলে mixed review. If you can hear me clearly, write yes in the chat box. If you cannot hear me clearly, write no in the chat box, please. আচ্ছা, ফজলুল ম্যাম, স্যার আপনার ইয়াটা দিয়ে দিই, স্কোরটা দিয়ে দিই, জাস্ট Sir, you will also, I think, score around 6.5, not more than that. What is your target?
ma'am, my target 7 plus 7.5.
7 plus 7.5. And what is your requirement?
Sorry, ma'am, I can understand the meaning of
Requirement. আপনার কতটুকু লাগবে? আপনার target
7 to 7.5.
So your requirement would be 7. So your target should be 8. Yes, you should always target 1 band more. Okay?
Yes, yes.
So you need work in fluency and some vocabulary. You need to use a lot more linkers. You need to use more compound complex sentences, some good vocabulary. This will increase your marks. Huh? All right. Okay, now it's clear, right? Okay, now let's move on to the next one. If you want to practice, please raise your hand. I will show you another topic. You will take 1 minute for note taking, and then I will give you 2 minutes to speak. If you want to practice more, raise your hand. The usual suspects, the regulars only. What about the others? You don't want to practice?
Ma'am, I want to practice. My name is Mohammad Moshir Rahman.
All right. If you want to practice, there is an option on your screen. You can look at that, raise hand. I think it's in the option tab. Yeah. There's an option called raise hand. If you want to practice, raise your hand, please, so that it becomes easier for me to ask you. Yeah. What about others that have practiced previously? Asan sir, I think it's been a while since you've practiced, right? Asan sir, can you hear me? All right, no problem. Since this is Moshir's first time, I will be asking him first, and then I will be moving on to Masum sir, Fazil sir, and such. Please wait a little. Your video is not necessary right now, but you can keep it on. No
Okay.
problem.
Okay, ma'am.
So let me show you the topic that we will be looking at next. Okay. I'm sharing the screen with you. Please get ready.
Yes, ma'am,
Is
not
it
clearly
topic?
yet.
You'll have
Yeah.
you have 1 minute to prepare. Your time starts now. Your 1 minute is up. Now you're going to speak for 2 minutes.
Okay. I have a lot of friends, such as Mamunur Rashid and Sharif Ahmed and Moshiur also. Among them, Mamunur Rashid is one of my best friends from my childhood. When once upon a time, when I was in class 6, I used to go to school with him. Uh, One thing that I notice sometimes, the, he has no watch, but I want to. This is very necessary for for a student to watch sometimes. That's why I would like to give him a watch, and after then, basically, one of my uncle are going to abroad for higher studies. When he came back, he gave me a watch which is more valuable. Almost the worth is $100. So I would like to give him because I noticed he has no any kind of watch, and he has no enough money to buy it. That's why I choose to give him such kind of gift.
Okay. Will that be all?
That's all. Ma'am.
All right. I will give you your feedback after the others. Okay. After the others speak, you can turn off your camera and your audio for now. Fazlul Karim sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Please begin.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. I haven't taken the note because I thought this for this person only.
Oh, no. No, I said
Oh,
I would ask him first because you've already spoken. The three of you have already spoken. This is his first time. So I would ask him first. Huh.
okay. Okay, thank you. Can you give me 1 minute?
No problem. You can practice the next one. It's all right. You can sit this one out.
Oh.
Masud Mila, sir, have you taken notes?
Yes, yes, madam.
Right. Please begin. Where's your camera, sir? Please turn on your camera.
Thank you. Well, giving gifts is my favorite thing because I'm used to giving gift to my friend as well as my younger sister on the occasion of my birthday. And I took preparation to give a gift one of my friends on the occasion of their birthday. Actually, that was the iPhone. Why I choose it because it is very innovative technology by which user can operate smoothly as well as they can learn and do many things except conversation. And there are many reasons why I choose mobile phone or iPhone instead of other gift because mobile phone is the best way to maintain the communication with my friend, with some of my friend as well as family members. From this sense, I think it is very needed for every person to maintain a strong relationship. And and I also believe that learning new thing from the iPhone or any new technology, it is the best way. So because it is the latest technology, from this sense, I choose one iPhone by which my friend can learn new thing as well as they can know about the world, what is going on instantly. And besides, uh, I think a mobile phone is the best way to maintain the relationship, personality, and strong relationship. And from this sense, I think it is very necessary for everyone to to maintain personality as well. Because when I give gift to someone, if it is lower class or being standard by this time, he or she evaluated me, underestimated me. From this sense, I try to.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. Same feedback for you as before. I think, sir, your phrasings could be a little more concise if you put in some work. Jamon, you said you were also, there should be more friends like you. Jara bondhu bandhavke iPhone kine deয়. That's one off-topic comment from you. You said that your friend could learn about the new thing and what is going on in the world. So your phrasings could be a little more concise and more, not so explanatory. Maybe your vocabulary could be a little more specific. So this kind of phrasing, it comes from consuming a lot of content, good content. You can read a lot, you can listen a lot, and you can learn how to put things in correct phrases and stuff like that. But that's a little advanced practice. You should focus on, first of all, your pronunciation, your mumbling, your fluency, those things. But you'll get better with time. You can say. This was Masum Billah sir. Where is Masum Rahman sir? I think your hand was up, right? Okay. Bashir sir. Bashir Rahman sir, can you unmute
Yes, ma'am.
yourself? General introductions. Again, general introductions are not appropriate. Don't give general introductions. Just start with the topic. Just start with the topic. Achha. Your examiner will deduct marks if you don't talk for 2 minutes straight until your examiner stops you. Even if you talk for, say, 1 minute 59 seconds, the examiner has the authority to deduct 1 band from your total score. Say you get a 6.5, say you get a 7. But since you spoke for less than 2 minutes, your band score could be 6. 1 band deducted. So your first priority is talking for 2 minutes. How many notes did you take, Mushir sir?
So 1 to 3, 3, ma'am.
Not enough, not enough. This is why you couldn't find anything to talk about. You stopped at 1 minute 17 seconds, and then you paused for a few seconds, and then you tried to conclude your speech with some with another sentence, but it's not enough. So 1 to 3.
Ma'am, this is my big problem. When I talk with someone, so I couldn't generate some kind of I couldn't generate many sentences. That's why I stack sometimes.
Is this because your understanding of sentence structures is not adequate?
Yes, ma'am, adequate.
Okay, so you know how to make the sentences, past, present, future, all of them.
Yes, ma'am,
right?
I know.
Okay, so when you're trying to use them, it's not about knowledge, it's about whether you can use them. You can know a lot of things, but using them when you're talking is the challenge. So when you're using them, can you use them without effort or fluently, naturally? You can, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's the problem. Then I would suggest you sit down with the sentences, the verb patterns that you learned in this course, and start from there. Start from there. Sit down with the sentence patterns and try to practice those. Try to make sentences with those patterns.
Yes,
when
ma'am.
you can when you can naturally make sentences with those structures, then you can try to incorporate them into your speech. Try to make separate sentences. When you have mastered the making of separate sentences, then you can incorporate them into your speech. Try
Yes,
that
ma'am.
and let me know. Try that and let me know. Let me
And ma'am, one question I would like to ask you, that
yes.
how many notes should I take?
That's a good question. At least 7 to 8. At least 7 to 8, because otherwise it's not important. It's not enough. It won't be enough, because if your note taking is good enough, your 2-minute speech becomes very easy. Have you? Did you take that class? Part 2, speaking part 2. Did you attend that class?
Ma'am, sometimes I missed that class because my academic class is running. That's why I didn't get enough time.
These classes are uploaded on YouTube.
Yes, ma'am.
So whichever class you've missed, you can go back and see the record classes.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
in the speaking classes, the note-taking part is extensively practiced. Watch that class, take the notes on how to make your note-taking better than this. 3 notes would not be enough for you, so you need a lot more. Do you have the textbook?
Ma'am, would you? Yeah, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I would like to know one thing, that there are 3 questions. So how can I
Take 7
make
notes.
7 notes? Yeah, yes, ma'am. This is the
Exactly.
problem.
Go back to that class and watch it. There are strategies that are taught to you on how to take more notes. There are 3
Ma'am,
questions.
was that your class or Arifin sir's class?
It's Arifin class. I don't take speaking classes yet. I take the speaking practice classes.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So go back to that class and watch it. There are strategies on how you can take more notes when there are only 3 questions. Like I said, you need a
Yes, ma'am.
lot more notes, and you can about your topic outside of these questions. There are a lot of relevant information that you can give to the relevant to the topic. So talking about those gives you more ideas, takes more time, and since it's relevant, no problem at all. Your coherence is fine. Okay. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Grammar. I think you need some grammar review, sir, because your subject verb agreement is faulty. So if you have grammar sources that you can review, that would be great. Do you want me to suggest some grammar sources, or you have some grammar sources that you can review?
Ma'am, you can suggest me some grammar sources.
What I have found the most efficient one would be Cliff's TOEFL. Cliff's
TOEFL.
Yes, grammar edition. It has a yellow cover and it's really good for grammar review. It has a lot of good grammar lessons and exercises that will be great for your review. All right. You need some grammar help.
Thank you so much,
you
ma'am.
can take it from no problem. So you can take it from Cliff's TOEFL. Pronunciation. You have Bangla accent. You have to reduce that. We all have Bangla accent, more or less. Like I say ঠিক আছে too much. When I talk to you, I say ঠিক আছে a lot. I have to reduce that, I know. But your Bangla accent should be a problem. For example, which. So when you're talking, you can record yourself and listen to the words that you're saying. You know the correct pronunciation, but sometimes it comes out and it becomes a Bangla accent word. Banglish word. You have to reduce that. I say a lot as well.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
my Bangla accent is also there, but I make a conscious effort not to do that when I'm practicing for speaking. I still practice every day. All 4 modules I practice every day because I have to be up to date, and I might take Ielts in the future as well. Again, I might. So I need to practice without these problems popping up everywhere. You need to do that as well. Your accent, general introduction, cross it out. Your hand position. I think your page was not behaving, right? The page that you took your notes on.
Ma'am, this is khata.
Exactly, your Qatar page that was flowing. So you had to keep your hand on it as a paperweight. You used your hand as a paperweight. When you're speaking, when you're taking the test, the teleconference, you will have to keep your hands on the table, and just give me a moment. Let me see how much you can see. So your hands on the table. The examiner will see the upper half of your body and your hands will be on the table. You have to keep your hands on the table at all times, but you cannot you cannot just pick up your pen and keep it. You cannot hold your pen. You are holding your pen. Hand movements, hand gestures, these are an integral part of your speaking test. How you sit, whether you're relaxed, whether your hands are relaxed, whether your hands are moving. I have seen candidates who fidget with their hands. Their hands are on the table, who fidget with their hands. Fidget with their hands. Fidgeting is not good. Fidgeting is a sign that you're nervous. Don't do it. So for the next time, I would suggest you take a pad instead of big kappa, so that
Yes,
the
ma'am.
pages don't flow and you can actually use your hands for movement. You don't have to use it as a paperweight. Don't pick up your pen and keep it holding. You pick up your pen when you're taking notes. When you're done taking notes, you put it down. Your hand should be free. Okay? These
Yes,
are things that you should focus on. You take pauses. Do you know that? You take pauses, intermittent pauses between your speech. That would be a problem for your fluency. Mumbling and pauses are fluency killers. Please remember. So your priority would be talking for 2 minutes straight. That is your priority. Your note-taking strategy should be good. You should take a lot of notes within the minute that you're given. So 2 minutes. Speaking for 2 minutes is your first priority. And then your fluency and your general introduction should be practiced more. All right? These are
yes.
your priorities. Any questions, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I have extra questions that I would like to know. When I entered in IELTS exam center, so should I maintain the especially speaking module? Should I maintain some kind of that means I want to say মানে আমার কোনো formality maintain করা লাগবে কিনা সেখানে?
Nah. There shouldn't. Nah, there's no set rule for your behavior. Smile. Whether you're male or female, you should have a smiling face with your attendant, your examiner. You should always smile. Okay? Because
Yes,
a smiling face gives your examiner an idea that you're relaxed. You smile when you relax, when you're relaxed. So if you just smile, your examiner will be under the impression that you're not scared or you're not nervous about this test at all. You're relaxed, you're confident, you're confident. This is not formality maintenance, but you should wear clothes that make you feel confident. You shouldn't wear something that you're uncomfortable in. There's this idea among a lot of candidates that you have to wear formal clothing. That's not true. You should wear what you're comfortable in. I would suggest wear what you're confident in. Do what you're confident with. For example, I know men who feel confident after they have put some gel in their hair and done some particular hairstyle. Nah, this is true. This is true. This boosts your confidence. There are women that feel confident after they have put on some makeup. Eh, For example, I feel a lot of confidence when I'm wearing shari. Hmm. There used to be a time I could not manage shari, but then I feel good when I'm wearing shari, especially shruti, cotton sarees. I really feel good about myself. You get that? But if I'm wearing heels, I will be in a constant fear of tripping and falling down. I will not wear a heel to my speaking test. I will wear sneakers with shari if need be, but no heels. So this is what you should be doing. It's not a formality or an etiquette, but this helps. If your
Thank you
body
very much.
language is confident, no problem. If your body language is confident, your test has a chance to be better than you think. So that would be all. Okay. Jannatul ma'am, can you please unmute yourself?
Assalamu alaikum, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
How are you? Well,
Ma'am, I'm from Bangladesh. And ma'am, I have a question.
yes, please.
Ma'am, at the present, our speaking exam held using online platform. So that's moment, what should we do and maintain our formality? How?
All right. So this is about video conferencing test. Now, first thing you should do is know how to keep eye contact with your examiner. What happens in offline tests, the one you take in person, what happens is you look at your examiner's face, you maintain eye contact in real time. But in teleconferencing, what happens is the way I'm talking to you right now, I'm looking at my camera, not your screen. All of your
Yeah,
screens
ma'am.
are black, mostly. Only Fazlul Karim sir and Tariqul Islam sir have a picture. But I'm not looking at any of you. I'm looking at the camera. I'm not even looking at myself. I'm looking at the camera. This makes the person behind the camera, on the other side of the screen, feel like you're looking at their eyes.
Exactly, ma'am.
Whoever is looking at me feel like I'm maintaining eye contact. So this is the first thing you should practice. We are not used to this. We are not used
Yes,
to talking
ma'am.
to a camera. So whenever you're practicing, try to look at the camera. Keep your own video on so that you don't look at yourself. This is also a practice. Your examiner's screen will be visible. Your examiner's face will be visible. If you talk to your examiner's face, that's fine. That's acceptable. No problem at all. But this gives the examiner a feeling of maintaining eye contact, which means that the chances of you having a higher score increases. This is not included in the 4 criteria of speaking test. This is human factor. This is human factor. Hello,
Yes, ma'am.
this is the point. So usually what happens is the attendant, when you enter the center, the attendant that your examiner has will take you to the room where you'll be sitting for the exam, will place you, will seat you. You'll have a screen, a monitor, and some things like button, a switch that you can press
Yes,
after your
ma'am.
exam is over, so the attendant knows to come and take you away. They will connect you, the attendant, they will connect you, they will test the mic and everything. They will look at your passport, your identification. All of it are the formality. Just watch and listen. Just watch and listen. Also, this is for your benefit. Listen closely to the examiner's name. Listen closely to the examiner's name.
Exactly, ma'am.
Why? Because sometimes your exam might not go the way you have expected. I can tell you about my experience. The last time I sat for a speaking test, I think the examiner was very tired. Huh. She was yawning throughout the exam. I asked her to rephrase a question. She did not. She repeated the question. Huh. That's a big problem. I asked her to rephrase because I didn't understand what she was asking me. So I asked her to
Yes, ma'am.
rephrase, but she repeated it. That is a big problem. She was yawning throughout the test, and since I am a trainer, I know I have an idea about how much time I'm supposed to get, how many sentences I can jam within that time. For part 3, I believe she didn't give me as much time as I was allotted. So you have to let the center know during your exam day if you face any problems. As I could not remember her name. She said it at the beginning. She said her name at the beginning. I could
Yes,
not
ma'am.
remember it. That was a problem. I cannot tell my grievances to the center, to the attendant or whoever is in charge if I don't remember the name. My score was 7.5 and I was not happy. I filed for an EOR, rechecking, and the score came back 8.5. So remember your examiner's name, please. And if there is
Okay,
a
ma'am.
problem,
Obviously. Yes,
then
ma'am.
let the center know on that day. Let the center know on that. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, before you sit for your test, you should at least sit for at least 2 or 3 mock tests so that you know
Yes,
what you
ma'am.
can expect from your test. So if you get too convoluted a score,
Ma'am,
you can
almost, yeah, ma'am. Almost, I gave 4 mock test, and first mock test, the examiner gave me low band score. It was 4.5 all over, and then up to 3 mock test, I obtained 6.5 all over band score, ma'am.
from the same examiner, from the same test taker.
No, ma'am, different examiner.
Then I would suggest don't rejoice. If the same examiner gives you more marks later on,
Yes,
that means
ma'am.
you progressed.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
different examiners or different mock test examiners, they're not certified. Like I'm not certified, but they sometimes varies. The score varies because of
Yes, ma'am.
different examiners. So try to take your mock tests under 1 or 2 trainers.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. And ma'am, I also buy some I also bought another mock test, all 5 or 6 mock tests, and then I will register final exam, because I can confident myself at the reason reading question and writing topic too much harder. So sometime I perform good, and this, and another time bad, so bad. That's why, ma'am, I want to take more time.
Inconsistency can be a problem because what if your exam date is one of the inconsistent days of your life, right? So you
Yes,
need
ma'am.
to be more consistent. What is the reason for your inconsistency? Do you know?
Actually, ma'am, in the reading, actually, I faced a different types of problem, like writing part 2. I faced sometimes I cannot understand the topic, and I cannot write relevant logic with the topic. And also reading, the location, searching location is a very big problem for me. Is a I feel very ambitious, so that I cannot find the location, such as blanks, multiple choice. It's depends on the question pattern. Sometimes it's easier, or sometimes it's harder. When the question harder, I cannot find my location answer, searching for location.
So in writing, your problem is idea generation, and in reading, your problem is location finding.
Ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Acha. For writing task 2, idea generation. By the way, did the class take place? Did you start your writing task 2 classes?
Yes, ma'am. I'm the new member of your class, and this is the
No,
first
I
class.
don't take the classes. Bobby sir takes the classes. Bobby
Yeah,
sir
actually, ma'am. Yeah. Actually, ma'am, I cannot able to join the Bobby sir's class because
Okay, let me tell you.
I'm trying to myself exactly, and I'm checking my writing in Google.
Janat
And
yeah,
ma'am. Yeah.
Writing. Idea generation. Writing task 2 has an idea generation strategy. Bobby sir teaches. It's called 8-factor analysis. Go to YouTube, go to hassle-free YouTube channel. The classes are uploaded there. So
Yes,
watch
ma'am.
those classes. All the previous classes for this batch are uploaded there. Go back and watch them. You will learn a lot of strategies. The points that you've said for both writing and reading, these are addressed extensively in the class.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
go back and watch the classes, take notes, and learn those strategies. Sir teaches you how to find the locations, also teaches you how to generate ideas for writing tasks.
Yes, ma'am.
So you don't have to worry. The strategies are all there. Look through the classes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, in the in this 4 exam, the teacher the examiner gave me 6 or 6.5 writing, but I cannot find some problem because I face some problem in the structure, sentence structure. I have a lot of mistake sentence making and also grammatical rules.
I would then suggest is start from the beginning. Start watching our classes from the beginning, from the verb pattern classes. So if you have structure problems, if you have problems with making sentences, start with the beginning foundation classes. All classes are taken by Bobby sir, except for speaking is Arifin sir's. But look through the classes, learn those things, learn the strategies, learn the tips and tricks, learn all the content that is being taught there. So start from the beginning, take your time, go through the classes, and then learn those. That will improve your writing. When you enter a class, please check whether your mic and video are turned off. If you want to talk, please, by all means, unmute yourself. No problem.
Okay, ma'am.
Nah, I wasn't saying this to you. I was saying this to everyone else. Okay.
Yeah,
so
ma'am.
look through the classes, learn the techniques, and then use those in your writing. Then
Yes,
use
আচ্ছা ম্যাম, একটু বাংলায় কথা বলি। না আসলে ম্যাম হচ্ছে রাইটিং এ যখন টপিকটা খুব কঠিন হয়ে যায়, বুঝতে পারি না, তখন আমার জন্য একটু বেশি ক্রিটিক্যাল হয়ে যায় যে লিখবো বা কি এটা আর কি। এছাড়া
I will talk to you after our practice class is over. How about that?
ম্যাম হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ
না এখানে মানে this class.
জি আচ্ছা ম্যাম, কোনো সমস্যা নেই। আসলে ভাই আমাকে আজকে লিংকটা দিয়েছে, বুঝেছেন, তো হচ্ছে বললো যে তুমি স্পিকিং ক্লাসটা করো।
No problem. No problem. Just wait for a few minutes. Then we can talk again.
Okay.
Yasir, you had your hand up, sir.
Yeah, I raised your hand up for that because I have problem in arts writing module. So would you share me about arts writing module, because I haven't idea about it, how to solve the how to describe the format question, and how to write overview, introduction, where is fluctuation, where is the graph is going
Uh,
downward,
yes,
like
sir.
that.
Have you attended any of the classes?
No, today is my first class, so I
Okay.
joined.
Uh, all right. On
But
Sunday,
I,
we have the practice classes. Huh? The regular classes are on Saturday,
Mhm.
Monday, and Wednesday. All these classes are uploaded on YouTube. The questions that you're asking, those are addressed in our writing classes. Hey, writing classes are all uploaded on the on YouTube. All the classes that have happened until now, you can find them on
yeah.
YouTube. Go through them, and then you can learn all of the strategies that you need. Hey. So for the speaking practices, Sunday classes are your go-to. We practice speaking in these classes. And for the regular class,
Okay.
you can go back to YouTube and go through those. All right?
Okay, thank you so much. But I already took the class about arts writing module, but someone told me, someone give me wrong tips. So that's why when I tried to solve the graph, but unfortunately I couldn't.
Oh, well, I can guarantee Bobby sir does not give wrong tips. That much I can
Okay,
say. Yeah. So
okay, thank you.
go back
Thank you so
to YouTube and watch those classes. You'll get a lot of
Thank you
benefit.
so much. And
All
what's the
right.
time up?
I'm sorry.
What's the time we will take the class about writing class? When we will take the class?
Regular classes are on Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday.
Huh?
Monday and Wednesday are Bobby Sir's classes. But the classes that have been taken until now are available on YouTube. Go to YouTube, go to Hassle Free YouTube channel, and you'll see that there is a playlist called Batch 2. Ah, Start from the
Okay,
all right, start from the beginning. Foundation
okay,
classes are
okay,
important. And then you can
okay.
choose what
Thank you
you want
so
to
much.
use. All right.
Okay, okay.
All right. We are almost at the end of our class. Is there a question about speaking or what we did today or overall speaking practice? Does anyone have any question? No questions? All right. If there are no more questions, Jannat ma'am? Jannat ma'am, can you hear me? Yes. Someone has written in the chat box, yes, ma'am. Can you unmute yourself and tell me your name? Can you unmute yourself and tell me your name, please? The handle is Quran Teach. Can you please unmute yourself and tell me your name?
Yes, now. Ma'am, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
My name is Atkan. I'm from Pakistan and I have a lot of difficulties and speaking. And I can speak fluently, but I do not how to start and how to end and how to say in the middle of in my answer that I have started the question. Now I don't know what's to say further about it. That how to give it the all in that is I don't know what the sequence in speaking is.
Okay.
Sequence.
Have you attended the classes, speaking classes?
Sorry, I didn't.
Okay. Go to YouTube, hassle-free education YouTube channel. The classes are uploaded there. My first advice would be to go through the classes first. Practice whatever you're taught in class. And then if you have difficulties, if you want to practice further, then come to the practice classes. Huh.
The main reason is
So
that
go through the classes first.
Okay,
Yes.
the main reason is how to practice.
How to practice? You can practice with a partner. You can practice by yourself, but that would not be advisable. Practicing with
Okay.
someone else exposes you to the actual tests that will be taken. These are practice classes. You can come here and I can give you practice time, practice materials. Like I let people take notes and practice part 2. I ask questions for part 1 and part 3. I alternate between the modules, the parts.
Okay,
So
thank you so
practice
much.
classes are a good place to practice as well. But start with the classes. Go through the classes first. Learn the strategies that you are taught. Huh?
Okay,
Okay.
okay, ma'am. Thank you
And
so
then
much.
if you have further problems, I'm here. All right, no
Okay.
problem.
Okay.
Okay, okay, you can mute yourself. Anyone else? Any other question? Okay, Jannat ma'am. Unmute
Yes,
sir.
ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, hello.
Sir? Yes.
ম্যাম আমি মাসুম বলতেছি আমি হচ্ছে হ্যালো
I can hear you. Tell me.
ওকে ম্যাম আমি যদি মানে হচ্ছে আপনি যে আমাকে ফিডব্যাক গুলো দিচ্ছেন
I can't hear you, Masum sir. Is it my internet problem? Can you hear me?
Oh,
Everyone?
ma'am. No, ma'am.
Oh, it's not my problem. Masum sir, I cannot hear you. Masum Rahman sir, I cannot hear you. Okay. Jannatul ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
do you need extra help?
Actually, ma'am, no more extra help, but some
help.
no more extra help.
Some help would be good, right?
Some help.
I would
And-
suggest first go through the classes.
Yes, ma'am.
The classes, watch them, learn the strategies that those classes are teaching you. And then for extra practice, you can come to this class. And if you want extra help, talk to Nafisa Apu, hassle-free. Talk to
Yes,
her. The number, I don't think you have the number. Or you can
Ma'am, I have her number.
Okay, great. Then you let
Actually, ma'am, I know all of the people.
right.
So no problem.
Problem at all. No problem at all. In that case, that's a very good thing that you know everyone. So tell her if you need some extra help with any module, but go through the classes first.
Okay.
Then, if you have more things to know, I'm here for you for speaking practices. And these sessions are not only speaking practice sessions, these are also problem solving sessions. I hope you know that. If you have problems in classes, we can talk about those in here. All right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Okay.
you, ma'am.
No problem at all. I will end the class here today since there are no
হ্যালো
questions. Yes, Wasum sir.
ইয়া ম্যাডাম আমি আসলে আপনার কাছ থেকে একটু মানে আপনি যে আমাকে যে ফিডব্যাক গুলো দিয়েছিলেন আসলে এগুলো সত্যিকার কথা আমার প্রবলেম তো আসলে আমি আপনার ক্লাসগুলো মানে 2-3টা ক্লাস করছি এবং ফিডব্যাক গুলো মানে একদম আমি এর আগেও অনেকগুলো দিচ্ছি বাট এরকম টু দা পয়েন্টে আসলে কেউ মানে ওরকম ফাইন্ড আউট করতে পারে না তো এই জন্য আমার আসলে খুব ভালো লাগছে আপনার কি কোনো মানে এর বাইরে কি কোনো ভাবে আপনার সাথে রিচ করা যায় বা কোনো সাথে কি আপনার থেকে স্পিকিং
Yes, of course. You can talk to Nafisa Apu. She can arrange it. You can talk to Nafisa.
Okay.
If you want anyone, if you want more speaking help, Nafisa Apu can, and we can arrange a speaking session or speaking classes, more classes for you, maybe. Talk to her. We can arrange something. Yes, please talk to her. All right?
আপনার মানে আপনার সাথে যদি পরবর্তীতে কোনো ক্লাস বা কোনো যদি আপনার পার্সোনাল ভাবে যদি করতে চাই সেক্ষেত্রে নাফিস আপুর সাথে যোগাযোগ করতে হবে।
You can also find me on Facebook. Look at my cover picture and send me a text on WhatsApp if you want a personal session or something. But I would suggest, Jay, since this is hassle-free platform,
জি
you can
জি
contact me through them. Contact me through them.
আপনি যদি একটু আপনার হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারটা বা ফেসবুকটা শেয়ার করতেন সেক্ষেত্রে রিচ করাতে
Can you
একটু
see my
ভালো
name?
হতো।
Can you see my name? Can you see my name?
ইয়েস
Yes. Search
Yes.
for that. You'll find me. I only
ওকে
want
ওকে
Akika করা নাম আমার একটা। ঠিক আছে?
আচ্ছা আমি একটু একটা স্ক্রিনশট।
All right. If there are no
Tara.
coach, yes, crash course is free. Crash course is free. Like I said, crash course is free. Okay. If
Okay,
there are
okay.
no more questions, I will end the class here today. All right. I will see you in the next class, inshallah. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.